Yes. What's up, good people? It's your boy LuxuReid. You're now tuned in to another episode of Live Lyrics in the Den. And on this episode, I'll be breaking down a verse for one of my favorite freestyles entitled The Float. Quick backstory on The Float. Probably I would say like 2 years ago, I decided I'm gonna have the whole month of November. I'm gonna do like multiple freestyles, and it was very pinpoint with the beats that I chose. I think I did probably like maybe like four or five freestyles, and I needed one to like end it all off. And the result of that was The Float. Um, I started writing, but I started looking for beats, and one of the beats that I came across was the Drake Love All instrumental. It had Jay Z on the song, and it was very mellow. It was very telling of like who I am as a person. I'm very mellow, and like the calmness of the beat. So it was something to ride out to. It was something to really zone in and lock in on, and that's what I chose to do. And it was wow, the recording of that, I was able to do that in one take. um One take is kind of like, it's like the holy grail of being able to be an artist and go into a booth and do joints with one take. Like no punch-ins, or like you you're editing yourself. It was just straight through, and I surprised myself even with that too. I've had a couple of those in my career, and I take pride in that as well. They say Jay Z says he does a lot of stuff in one take, and that's one of my favorite rappers of all time. So to be able to do something like that was very dope, and I forgot how many bars I did to it, but it was very in depth. It was just ride out. It's called The Float because I felt like I was floating in the booth. I felt like I was floating when I wrote it. Um, so I broke. Um, like I said, I forgot how many bars I did, but I know I went off on it, and here it goes. Break it down for you. This is LuxuReid, The Float. Stay tuned. Ain't a mere mortal god like this rhyme one now. Had some dark times while I'm having fun right now. Chasing chicken with flavor like that shit Kung Pao. New era capping that everybody get Kung loud. Hats off to my brothers, ladies, the fine divas, people with street sweepers, all the truth seekers. Dan a ride one call team by my side like a beeper. La Femme Nikita, grab you by the collar like a preacher. It's real like that. Read skill unmatched. Wizardry of words like I'm bringing Bill right back. Y'all just hit a wall, and I bug you till I fall. No fake love, I rock it till I'm laying in the morgue. It's dead ass, but if it's still fuzzy like a pet bath, just know Dr. K keep cooking like a meth lab. Trying to break all my bad habits. Jailed in my thoughts, need to take a rest like Sabbath. Can't shit, start spazzing, turn into a savage. More solid than Megan needs, I body any track, you bastards. Madness, what we got in store you can't manage. In the zone do damage, you see bones like I'm famished. About the cannons, teaming head like new now. Mobile in these streets, think it's time to take a boost now. Foes are forever, that's a set that I claim. Rub my hands on man, put respect on my name. What it feel like nothing. We numbing to the pain, regain the sense of touch when I put money on the brain. Spot me on the rise like I'm wearing cheetah print. I touch so many lives, you can see the fingerprint, that's evidence. They ain't beefing me, petty shit. On the patty though with family though, you want a decadence. I don't mean to be rude, you ain't going for decadence. That's the type of shit you flaunt when you exude excellence. Put something on your mind, hope you get that. It's LuxuReid, say it right like a pimp named Slickback. Riled up with Riley, politicking with Huey. Don't go against the wave, you never find no bigger buoy. With my almond D baby, and we bout to make some movies. Can't forget my amigos, I ain't left them bad and bougie. Mountain of a man, ain't no way that you can move me. You don't like what I said, oh well, nigga, just sue me. Before we get the legal, think you can stun on me like you can evil? Boy, don't make me turn to evil. Dog walk, All you niggas like a beagle. Hear the levels in this, don't let the volume deceive you. It's pain behind the tone, power behind the bars. Life fast, wish I had time to pause. Fast forward to the ending of this flick, but I might skip the good parts that'll stick. Rewind to where it all made sense. I let it play out, but I record the vent. Like candles for ancestors, for guidance, say affirmations so my life was ain't declining. Get the wiping, my eyes the vision clearer. Realest combo I had with the man in the mirror. We established the feeling of being inadequate is driving myself down a hole to some sadder shit. Came up with a plan. Wake up and stretch to yourself every day. You the motherfucking man. That advice, something that's of the worldly. Real shit, that'll hit your temple like a Shirley. Big and burly. I was raised off ham yams and black eyed peas like Miss Fergie. You can't unnerve me. Run shit like the Derby. And had a bag Friday after next like Miss Pearly. I line up all the people that never told and tell them. In my heart, I forever hold. Got a laundry bag of hits that I don't fold. But let me talk to your soul. Let me talk to your soul. The flow. As you can see, yeah, it was a lot of bars in that, and it's very layered. So stay tuned, and I'll break down all the layers. As I start off, it's like a 4 bar setup that I started off with. It said, "In a mere mortal, godlike." It's round one now. One of my favorite games of playing growing up was Mortal Kombat. So, ain't a mere mortal godlike. One of the gods in the game was Raiden. So, Raiden was like a favorite character of mine to play with as well. So, I started off with "Ain't a mere mortal godlike." It's round one now. Had some dark times while I'm having fun right now. So, once again, I like to put stuff that I was actually going through in my verses, and I was dealing with some things, and I said, I'm having fun with getting back to music, getting back to writing. Had some dark times while I'm having fun right now. Chasing chicken with flavor like that shit kung pao. Chasing chicken, chasing money. And chasing chicken with flavor like that shit kung pao. And I end that 4 bar setup with "New era capping that everybody get kung loud." So once again, it brings it back to that Mortal Kombat scheme that I did. Um, I'm saying the new era of these rappers are capping. When they say capping, it's like you're telling a lie. So I said these new era of people are capping. Now everybody get kung loud, and that's the double entendre within itself. So New Era is the company of caps, of hats and fitted. So say New Era capping that everybody get kung loud. And once again, the Mortal Kombat thing, Kung Lao is one of the characters. He takes off his hat and he throws it, and it's like a saw, and like cuts off people's heads and stuff like that. So I said the New Era capping that everybody get Kung Lao. Then I switch it up. I bring it back to that hats off to my brothers, ladies, the fine divas. So I'm shouting out my brothers, I'm shouting out the beautiful women. Hats off to my brothers, ladies, the fine divas, people with street sweepers and all the truth seekers. Street sweepers is what they call guns, so I'm doing it for thugs and gangsters, but I'm also doing it for the positive people that's out there, with their mind on right. Street sweepers and all the truth seekers down the ride, one call, T by my side like a beeper. So I've never had a beeper, I grew up in that era, but I never had a beeper. But I say my team is by my side like a beeper. And, I'm saying that they riding out for me. La Femme Nikita, grab you by the collar like a preacher. That was just some fancy shit to say. La Femme Nikita is like kind of like a female assassin or something like that. So that was just some clever shit to say. Grab you by the collar like a preacher. Preachers wear collars, so I'm saying this female assassin is grabbing me by the collar like a preacher. It's real like that. Skill unmatched. So, I'm picking up myself. I really do feel like my skill, especially, with these layers of verses that I've done over the years, is very unmatched. That's just me saying that. It's real like that. Skill unmatched. Wizardry of words like I'm bringing Bill right back. So once again, I'm praising up myself, and I say I have a wizardry of words like I'm a magician with how I, magically craft these verses. Wizardry of words, like I'm bringing Beal right back. Bradley Beal is the player from the Wizards, the star player from the Wizards. So I'm saying wizardry of words, like I'm bringing Beal right back. Y'all just hit a wall. So I'm bringing it back to another player that used to play for the Wizards, John Wall. I'm saying y'all everybody just hit a wall while I'm being wizardry with what I'm saying. Y'all just hit a wall and I boogie till I fall. Boogie Cousins used to play with John Wall, and they both, I'm assuming they were both on the Rockets. So I say, y'all just hit a wall. I just boogie till y'all fall. So I'm just dancing on them. Y'all just boogie till I fall. No fake love. I rock it till I'm laying in the morgue. So now that brings it to, that's the whole entendre within itself. To the Rockets part with John Wall and Boogie Cousins. And I'm saying no fake love is my, my family's brand. I say I'll rock it. I'll rock this clothes till I'm laying in the morgue. So that's the death. That's the family right there. So no fake love. I'll rock it till I'm laying in the morgue. Then I finished that off and said it's dead ass. Dead ass. No, like that's facts. Dead ass. But if it's still fuzzy like a pet bath, that was some clever shit. It's still fuzzy like a pet bath. You're washing your animals and it gets fuzzy. But if your mind is still fuzzy about what I'm saying, that ass, if it's still fuzzy like a pet bath, just know Dr. K keep cooking like a meth lab. And I've never cooked meth, obviously, but me being, I'm cooking up these verses. Dr. K, I call myself Dr. K or Dr. Reed. Dr. K keep cooking like a meth lab. And then I've never watched Breaking Bad, but I know it's about the show is about a doctor cooking up meth. So so Dr. K keep cooking like a meth lab, trying to break all my bad habits. So I'm talking about the show Breaking Bad. So I'm trying to break all my bad habits. So I'm trying to get out of this ever looping thing of bad habits. Trying to break all my bad habits. Jailed in my thoughts, and he could take a rest like Sabbath. So that was, that's an entendre in itself. I'm jailed in my thoughts. Like I'm imprisoned in all of my thoughts that I need to take a rest. Sabbath, people that do Sabbath, it's like a rest from everything. And then that goes into the jailed part. Jailed in my thoughts, I need to take a rest. So it's jail, arrest, Sabbath. Jailed in my thoughts, need to take a rest like Sabbath. But I can't shit, start spazzing, turn into a savage. More solid than manganese, I body any track, you bastards. Start spazzing, turn into a savage, but I'm so jailed in my thoughts that I might start spazzing like a savage. And then, that goes into the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing. She has the song called Savage. Most solid than manganese, I body any track, you bastards. And then she has the song called Body I Hate. And then when I say hate, I dislike it. That's all. That body, I hate it. Alright, I do hate it. Well, I said more solid than manganese. I'll body any track, you bastards. And I'll body a track means I'll go off on the track. I body any track, you bastards. Is madness. What we got in store, you can't manage. So that's that's an entendre. What we got in store means what we have coming for you. You can't manage store manager, manage the store. Who you can't manage in the zone do damage. You see bones like I'm famished. So like when you see somebody that's famished, they're malnourished. They don't have a lot of nutrients or they don't have a lot of food or water in it. So you see bones. What we got is though you can't manage in the zone do damage. So when I'm in our zone when it comes to these verses and stuff, I do damage. I make sure I get to the point, but I make you think about it a lot. Like I make you have to replay it, and I'm not just very surface level when it comes to a lot of stuff that I say. So in the zone do damage, you see bones like I'm famished. So I'm saying when I'm in my zone, you'll see the bones of, all the opposition and me just laying it out. New bones like a famished about the canvas. It's like I'm about to, really put this into a, I would say a box or a can, about the canvas. I say about the canvas, put it in a box or something. About the canvas, team in hair like new now. So I say my team is in here, but that's like a, play on words here. Team in hair like new now. For those that new now is like comes in this yellow can. It was like for waves. So I say my team in here like new now. Mobile in these streets. Think it's time we take a boost now. I think it's time we uplift ourselves and mobile in these streets. Think it's time we take a boost now. So it's boost mobile and take a boost in the streets. Mobile in the streets. Think it's time to take a boost now. Foes of forever. That's a set that I claim. I rub my hands. Oh man, put respect on my name. So I say, 4 train gang, that's the green line. So, run my hands on, man, put respect on my name. And, everybody knows that viral moment of Birdman, rubbing my hands. Y'all better put respect on my name. Y'all all three, y'all better put respect on my name. So what it feel like, run my hands on, man, put respect on my name. What it feel like nothing, we numbing to the pain. Regain the sense of touch when I put money on the brain. What it feel like nothing when you numbing to the pain. It's, people that go through pain, they numb it. So I regained my senses when I put the money as the object. So regained sense of touch when I put money on the brain. I said, spot me on the rise like I'm wearing cheetah print. That was clever. I was like, spot me on a rise like I'm wearing cheetah prints. Cheetahs have spots, so say when you spot me, you see me on the rise like I'm wearing cheetah print. I touch so many lives, you can see the fingerprints. You know what I'm saying? My effect on the people I know, the people I love. I touch so many lives, you can see the fingerprints. So you can see the fingerprints, the imprint that I've put on people's lives. See the fingerprint. That's evidence that any beefing me, petty shit. So if you got beefing me, I have to touch your live. It's petty shit. It's like it's whatever. It'll subside. It's petty shit. And the any beefing me, petty shit. On the patio with family though, you on the deck of dents. So I'm saying on the patio, I'm chilling with the fan, but you on a deck of dents. It means your foundation is very lackadaisical and it's not it's not solid. On the decadence, I don't mean to be rude. You ain't groomed for decadence. So decadence is like a high caliber thing. So that's all. It was all me playing on the patio with family. You on the decadence. I don't mean to be rude. You ain't groomed for decadence. That's the type of shit you flaunt when you exude excellence. So decadence, excellence. That's all. That's all the majestic type of bars setup that I created. On the patio with family, you want decadence. I don't mean rude. You ain't groomed for decadence. That's the type of shit you flaunt when you exude excellence. Put something on your mind. Hope you get that. It's LuxuReid. Say it right like a pimp named Slickback. My artist name is LuxuReid, and one of my favorite shows that I used to watch was The Boondocks. It was fucking hilarious. And Cat Williams played this guy named a pimp named Slickback. So they was like, hey, Slickback. He's like, no. Say my name right. My name is a pimp named Slickback. So people have to say the whole thing. So a pimp named Slickback. So I say it's LuxuReid. Say it right like a pimp named Slickback. And then I go into some Boondocks, some lines. I say I'm riled up with Riley. Riley was the wild boy. Like he was the young thug. Like he was the gunner. Not connecting Young Thug and Gunner, but he was the wild card. Let me switch that up. He was the wild card and riled up with Riley, politicking with Huey. He modeled himself after Huey P. Newton, like Black Power, Black Pride, this young samurai, all types of shit. Rather with Riley politicking with Huey. Don't go against the wave. You never find a bigger buoy. So that was some clever shit. Like the wave is kind of like the end thing. So don't go against the wave. You never find a bigger buoy. I'm consider myself the buoy, so you can't go against what my wave is doing. With my Almond D baby, and we about to make some movies. I was calling my girl Almond D, and that was just throwing her in there. With my Almond D baby, and we about to make some movies. Can't forget my amigos. I ain't left them bad and bougie. So can't forget my friends, and then friends in Spanish is amigos. So I can't forget my amigos. I ain't left them bad or bougie. Rest in peace. Takeoff. He had that that viral thing with Joe Budden. It was like, I ain't left no bad and bougie. Like, think I'm left no bad and bougie? I ain't left no bad and bougie. So can't forget my rest in peace to Takeoff. Can't forget my amigos, I ain't left them bad or bougie. Mountain of a man, ain't no way that you can move me. So I'm like 6'3", 2 something. So I call myself a mountain of a man, ain't no way that you can move me. So you can't move this mountain. Mountain of a man, ain't no way that you can move. You don't like what I said? Oh well, nigga, just sue me. So I'm like, oh well, you don't like what I said? Sue me. But I said, before we get the legal, you think you could stun on me? Like you Knievel? Boy, don't make me turn to evil. Evil Knievel was a stunt man, so I'm saying if you think you could stun on me, like you think you're, the way you act is better than what I do. Think you can stun on me like you Knievel? Boy, don't make me turn evil. Like don't make me get crazy. I'm not, I don't get crazy, but it's just like, nah, don't try to play me. Before you get to evil, think you can stun on me like you can evil, boy, don't make me turn to evil. I dog walk all you niggas like a beagle. Dog walk is like if you try to play me like I'm getting busy if I need to. So dog walk is kind of like this new term. Dog walk somebody means you really fucking them up. Dog walk all you niggas like a beagle. Hit the levels in this. Don't let the volume deceive you. So it was a very calm freestyle, but I was saying don't let the volume of the calmness deceive you from what I'm saying. It's pain behind the tone, power behind the bars. So this whole setup that I'm about to go in goes into the let me see if I can find it. It goes into the setup of a remote. I guess the remote. I said dog walk. All you niggas like a beagle. Hit the levels in this. Don't let the volume deceive you. So I'm starting it off with the, if you can see the remote, I'm starting off to let the volume deceive you. This pain behind the tone. Pain behind the tone. Power behind the bars. Power behind the bars. Life fast. Wish I had time to pause. Pause right there. Fast forward to the ending of this flick, but I might skip the good parts that'll stick. Rewind to where it all made sense. I let it play out, but I record the vent. So it's pain behind the tone, power behind the bars, life fast. Wish I had time to pause. I'm saying this life moves very fast. I wish I had time to pause and actually enjoy everything, but life keeps going on. So life fast, wish I had time to pause, fast forward to the ending of this flick. I wish I could fast forward to the end and to all the hard work and see it all pay off. But I might skip the good parts that'll stick, but I might skip everything. This life moves so fast. If I choose to fast forward, I could miss all the great things in life. I might skip the good parts that'll stick. I rewind to where it all made sense. I rewind to when life made sense. I let it play out, but I record the vent. So this was my vent to the world. I let it play out, but I record the vent. Light candles for ancestors, for guidance. I say affirmations so my life will sink declining. So that was a real bar as well. I speak to my ancestors. My ancestors are my guides up there, up top. I got my ancestor, my angel, right over my shoulder everywhere I go. Um, Light candles for ancestors, for guidance. So I light candles. I speak to them. You know, I say what's on my mind. I'm saying what I'm searching for in this crazy life. Um, Light candles for ancestors, for guidance. I say affirmations so my life will ain't declining. So I'm saying these affirmations, these strong messages to myself to make sure that my life force, that my life has purpose, that I have my energy. Life was ain't decline. I get the wipe in my eyes, the vision clearer, realest convo I had with the man in the mirror. So I'm saying these affirmations to the man in the mirror, which is myself. Um, Affirmations on my life was ain't decline. I get the wipe in my eyes, the vision clearer, realest convo I had with the man in the mirror. We established the feeling of being inadequate. It's driving myself down a hole to some sadder shit. So I addressed my concerns with the man in the mirror. Said the feelings of being inadequate is driving myself down a hole to some sadder shit. I will need to get up that. Um, and that's the fight. That's the fight, man. Came up with a plan. Wake up and stretch. Tell yourself every day you the motherfucking man. So came up with a plan to get myself out of that sad, level. Wake up and stretch. Tell yourself every day you the motherfucking man. That advice, something that's otherworldly, real shit. Let it hit your temple like it's Shirley. So I'm saying, um, that's real shit. That's real shit that I'm saying to y'all. Let it hit your temple. Let it hit your temple. Let it hit the inside of your head, like to to um to let it stick to you. It's real shit. Let it hit your temple like it's Shirley. So that's a double entendre in itself. They had a young child star. Her name was Shirley Temple. She was just everywhere, and they also had a drink called Shirley Temple. So it's a strong drink. So I'm saying, let it hit your temple like it's Shirley. I'm big and burly. I was raised off ham, yams, and black eyed peas like Miss Fergie. So I say, when big and burly, I got my mom's is from down south and raised off ham, yams, and black eyed peas like Miss Fergie. Black Eyed Peas was the group, and Fergie was the female singer. So black ham yams, black eyed peas. That's a good ass meal right there for all y'all that been down south. Y'all know what it is. Ham yams, black eyed peas like Miss Fergie. You can't unnerve me. Run shit like the Derby. So I'm saying I'm running this shit like the Kentucky Derby. Run shit like the Derby. I had a bag Friday at the next like Miss Pearly. Friday After Next, funny ass movie, and the landlord's name was Miss Pearly. So had a bag Friday After Next like Miss Pearly. I line up. It was a funny ass line, and it was like, she had like Miss Pearly like had like facial hair, and it's like, you better get that shit lined up. So I switched that and said, I line up all the people that never told. So I'm speaking to all my family, my friends, my loved ones. Line up all the people that never told and tell them. In my heart, I'll forever hold an upstanding respect and honor for these people that's held me down over the years. Line up all the people that never told and tell them. In my heart, I forever hold. Got a laundry bag of hits that I unfold, which I do, over the years. It's me constant. So laundry bag of hits that I unfold. But before I do that, let me talk to your soul. Let me talk to your soul. The float. And, just breaking down, that's it. Me getting this off is me talking to the soul. It was soul food. It was soul food for me. It's soul food for the people that are listening and that have listened to that. And, it was something very, very close to my heart. And I was glad I was able to give that to the people and just let that out there. And that is the breakdown of the float. Once again, it's your boy LuxuReid. You can follow me on Instagram _LuxuReid. Make sure you check out the float on my YouTube page. It'll be in the link in bio as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Live Lyrics in the Den with your boy LuxuReid, alright? Yes.